Yo, welcome everyone. Market makers are trying to trap you, so watch out and do not mess it up. Let me show you why. Bitcoin yesterday actually got a very small bounce back towards the upside. However, it does look like once we tried reclaiming our value area low, the most important volume level, it does look like we came above the level, but then suddenly Bitcoin broke the value area low and we are right now seeing another push back towards the downside. Let me right now share with you why the weekly high term time frame area of support, approximately where Bitcoin is trading as right now, is actually also quite an important level. And it all comes down talking about a bigger WXY correction we can right now be forming on a lower term time frame. What exactly do I have in mind? Remember yesterday I already shared with you that Bitcoin could be forming a bigger ABC correction. We got a push towards the downside, push towards the upside, and as of right now, we can simply be forming the last push down before we are going to look for another all-time high. In our last elite wave, in the C elite wave, we can right now also be forming some kind of a correction. What exactly we can right now say? Bitcoin, with the entire push down, actually finished the W wave right here. We got our X wave, and at the moment, we are working on our last elite wave, which is going to be our Y wave. The bottom as of right now can already be in, or simply if we are going to see another push down, we can be looking for our next major Fibonacci price target aligning with our weekly level. Also, only a couple of hours ago on Twitter, I said to you, I am looking for a bounce on Bitcoin to happen very soon. And you can see right here, I talked about the weekly area of support, I talked about the bullish divergence right now being present on the RSI indicator, and also you're actually going to see 0.618 Fibonacci extension price target is going to land approximately at our weekly level. And maybe right now you're asking yourself, how did I get the 0.618 Fibonacci target? What we are right now going to do, to talk about the target of our Y wave, we need to measure the entire W wave. So we go from our high right here, we go directly towards the low, and we put the third pivot at the start of our Y wave, or simply at the end of our X wave. So you're right now going to see 0.618 Fibonacci extension price target is right now aligning very nicely with our weekly level. And not only that, you're actually going to see exactly at our weekly, Bitcoin also does have its recent low. So what does that mean? People that are right now already holding and continue holding their long position, they have their stop losses exactly below the recent low. So if we do see another push down, we stop them out, we are going to hit a major weekly area of support, and also we are going to be trading exactly at the 0.618. Of course, the level right here doesn't have to be hit. Potentially right now our Y wave is already finished and we are already looking for a bounce back towards the upside. And also right here, pay very close attention. With the WXY correction we are seeing as of right now, we also need to talk about the major price target of the B elite wave I'm right now paying attention to. So what exactly does that mean? The entire WXY correction is actually only the first part of the push down. So what we can right now say, it's going to be our A elite wave, then we can expect a bounce towards the upside for our B elite wave, and after the B elite wave is finished, we can be looking for another push down towards much lower price targets. And yes, the target of the B elite wave is going to be the minimum of the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement price target. And what you're right now going to see, we go with our Fibonacci retracement from our swing high back towards the swing low, 0.5 Fibonacci retracement aligning perfectly with the weekly level and also with our recent highs. So yes, as of right now, I would really like to see a bounce towards the upside on Bitcoin, literally from the area where we are as of right now, maybe slightly lower, but the thing is, approximately at this specific area, and for Bitcoin to see a push towards the upside towards 119.5 thousand US dollars. That is right now also why I would really appreciate if you right now smash up the like button, because 1000 likes are really possible. And also thank you for subscribing to the channel. Let me right now actually also share with you why the weekly level right here is such a nice level, talking also about our liquidations. Pay attention right now to the Bitcoin liquidation heat map on the 1 week time frame. We definitely do have some nice liquidations exactly below our recent low. We are approximately 165 million of long positions are going to get liquidated. Now, do not get me wrong, I am not saying Bitcoin must right now already see another push down, but ideally, how does the market work? To react the most amount of people in the shortest amount of time. And right now, looking at the liquidations right here, ideally, I would like my level to be respected for Bitcoin to hit the weekly 0.618, grab liquidity below the recent low, also liquidate a lot of people before potentially we are going to look for some kind of a bounce back towards the upside. Later in the video, yes, I'm going to share with you the exact trading idea and something you need to pay attention to before you actually enter a trade. And also, we are going to cover Ethereum, because Ethereum as of right now is also approaching another very important level. But the reality right now is, once we are zooming out, let's just say on the daily time frame, you're maybe even going to be surprised, because Bitcoin is already as of right now trading at a very important exponential moving average. Let me right now apply our 50 EMA on the chart. What you're right now going to see, historically speaking, our 50 EMA on the daily has been very nicely respected. Only a couple of weeks ago right here, Bitcoin hit the 50 EMA and has gotten a beautiful bounce towards the upside, literally towards another all-time high. And as of right now, we are also trading exactly at the same area. So yes, this right here, in my opinion, is a very important level for Bitcoin, where ideally we are looking for some kind of a bounce towards the upside. And of course, we can be targeting approximately 119.5 thousand US dollar area. Also, not to mention, we are trading exactly at the bottom of a major horizontal range. The bottom of the range, historically speaking, has also been respected beautifully. Perfect area of support right here, perfect area of resistance, and right now we got a push down. It is also going to be a perfect area of support. So yes, at the moment, Bitcoin is clearly trading at a very important area where ideally we are looking for some kind of a bounce towards the upside to happen very, very soon. Additionally, let's talk about our Achler stochastic CG oscillator, because on the daily time frame at the moment, we are actually trading exactly at the oversold area. So technically speaking, this right here is also going to be another bullish Bitcoin indication. Last time we were in the oversold area, Bitcoin got a bounce towards the upside. Oversold right here, some kind of a bounce towards the upside. Oversold right here, yes, we got a push down, grabbed liquidity below the recent low, and then we continued towards another all-time high. So more often than not, this right here is going to be another bullish Bitcoin indication, and that is why I am telling you, ideally, we would really like to see some kind of a bounce approximately from the area where Bitcoin is trading as of right now. Yes, there was some kind of an area of resistance confirmed only a couple of hours ago. When we apply our high term time frame levels on the chart, you're actually going to see that yes, slightly higher, we do have our daily level, and the daily is also aligning literally perfectly with the golden Fibonacci ratio once we are measuring the entire push down. Not only that, we can right now go with the anchored VWAP and anchor it exactly at the all-time high. It really does look like three important levels are coming in at 117.6 thousand US dollars. But to be honest, what I said before, if we talk about a bigger ABC correction right now taking place, the minimum target is going to be the weekly level right here, simply because it's also going to be, as we said before, the very important 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level, which yes, it's the minimum price target of the entire ABC correction. So that is why this level right here, the area of resistance, I would definitely be aware of. However, the minimum price target, theoretically speaking, is still going to be the 119.5 thousand US dollar area on the Bitcoin chart itself. That is why if you right now want to trade with us and also maybe fire another long position approximately right here, make sure you are taking an advantage of the free 8,000 US dollar bonus without KYC and without VPN, because B2Nix exchange is as of right now having a very exclusive campaign as of right now with me, and this specific campaign is right now valid only for the next couple of days. Only after you register and after initial deposit you're going to get VIP level 3. You're also going to get a 20% deposit bonus, and for new traders you're going to get another up to 40 USDT in future bonuses. So take advantage of all of those free bonuses using the second link down below after you register and after initial deposit. Right now, let me also talk about the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, which can also be a very good indication of what other people are doing in the market. Only a couple of days ago, we were in the greed area. People were getting very bullish. Of course, a lot of people were even entering brand new long positions. How do I know that? Because right now, literally, everyone is liquidated, paying attention to the past liquidations right here. But the reality is, once we trade simply from level to level, once we know that yes, Bitcoin is trading exactly at the top of our horizontal range, we are simply more interested to fire another short or a sound position. That is why also I still do remain in my short position on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, on XRP, and also on Solana. However, the reality is, I have paid myself with all of those trades right here because as of right now, as I said before, I would like to see some kind of a bounce towards the upside, approximately from the area where Bitcoin is trading as of right now. Additionally, pay attention to many different indicators, because if we right now go, for example, with the RSI, with the MACD, with the money flow on the 4-hourly time frame, what are you going to see? Lower lows on Bitcoin, higher lows on the RSI indicator, higher lows on MACD, higher lows on money flow. So all of those indicators are forming bullish divergences, not only on the 4-hourly, also on the 2-hourly time frame we are as right now seeing bullish divergences. What is this going to be? Of course, another bullish Bitcoin indication. So that is why I would really like to see right now Bitcoin seeing a push towards the upside. And maybe right now you're asking me, bro, how would you approach the chart to enter another long position? As I said before, if we are going to hit our weekly level right here, we are simply going to wait for a bullish reaction towards the upside, setting a stop loss literally exactly below the recent low. Looking for a long right here, stop below the recent low, targeting at least our weekly level at approximately 119.5 thousand US dollar area. If we lose our weekly and Bitcoin does see another push down, I want to get stopped out of the trade immediately, because in that case we are going to look for lower targets. Now additionally, you can also be looking for a long position already where Bitcoin is trading as right now, but in that case I would be setting my stop loss slightly wider in a case there is going to be another push down, or simply set a stop loss exactly below the recent low that was formed only a couple of hours ago right here. But you should not be afraid to re-enter the position if we do see another push down, hitting the weekly and only then explode towards the upside. Risk management is something very important if you're right now looking for another long position approximately at this specific area. It's going to be a very simple, easy invalidation if we then do break our level towards downside and Bitcoin does continue lower. But nevertheless, the most important thing is we are looking for buy positions at the area of support, and we are looking for short positions at the area of resistance. Talking about our areas of support and resistances, we also need to cover those very important levels on the Ethereum chart itself. Yes, as you most probably know, Ethereum has completed the entire 5-wave price structure, and as of right now, we are seeing a push down. For Ethereum, at least in my opinion, we are at the moment already forming the 4th elite wave. So what exactly does that mean? If we zoom out on the daily time frame, you're going to see we got an impulse, we got a correction, we also got another impulse right here, and right now Ethereum is already forming the 4th elite wave. Now with our 4th elite wave, I actually would not say that we are right now already finished and we are already going to explode towards another all-time high. I would simply say anything that is right now happening at this specific area, it is still going to be our 4th elite wave. So that simply means right now with the push down is going to be our first move down. Of course, right now if Bitcoin does see a bounce, this one is probably going to follow before another push down can happen for a bigger ABC correction right here. It really does look like the entire 5 waves right here were finished. We are looking right now for a correction, and of of course, after we are going to be forming the entire ABC correction right here, we can then be looking for another long or a buying position, not only on Ethereum, but of course also on the Bitcoin chart itself. I am still expecting another all-time high on Bitcoin to happen literally in the next couple of weeks, in the next couple of months, not only on Bitcoin, but of course also on the Ethereum chart itself. That is right. Now why? If you want to trade with us, take advantage of the free bonuses using the second link down below, no KYC and no VPN, and only after you register and after initial deposit, you're going to get some very nice bonuses. But also right now, thank you for smashing up the like button.